And welcome back to the Murdy Creative Co podcast. I'm your host, Colin Murdy, and today's topic is our biggest weakness. But first, I want to say thank you to everyone who's supported the company so far. If you haven't got a chance, go check us out on the web at murdycreative.co. That's M-U-R-D-Y creative.co. Or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram by searching at murdycreative.co to see the best of our product shots. Follow us, keep up to date with our daily photos, and be the first one to know about new product launches. You can also use the subscribe button at the bottom of our website to be included in all of our new product announcements. Be sure to check out our laser engraving, personalization options, and exclusive colors on the website, or you can get a blank one on Amazon Prime. All right. So, there's a lot of things that have been a struggle in the history of this company. There have been things that have perennially been problems. We have been working so hard to squash the problems of our past, of our currents. We've been working on solving all of these little things. And it never seems to be over, and that's fine, because it shouldn't be over. We're continuing to do new things, and so it should continue to have problems, right? Obviously, new things create new problems. This is a problem, though, that has arisen now because of our growth and because of our scaling up. And it was one of those problems that was always a problem, but it was a problem that we could manage through brute force. And now, after scaling up, we can no longer manage it through brute force. So this is a little bit of a warning to anyone out there who is dealing with problems right now, and you're thinking to yourself, well, we'll just brute force the solution right now, and then once we get there, we'll fix it again, or we'll come up with a better solution. And that is our customer service. Our customer service has been our strength since the beginning of this company. I have always taken great pride in the fact that we take good care of our people. Whenever anybody has problems, we do our best to go above and beyond to take care of people. We do our best to stay on top of questions and concerns. We provide, as best I can say, good answers to questions, and we try to have a good relationship, good working relationship with the people who reach out to us, be it via our Instagram, our Facebook, it could be at our emails, right? Our contact form on our website, or give us phone calls. That has become a challenge for us because the traffic on our website has almost doubled in the last 3 weeks. And so we have seen a massive increase in our customer service requests. And based off of the relationship I have with our marketing team and the owner relationship I have that I've spoken about before in our other podcasts, he mentioned to me that we get more requests per day than any other company he's ever seen in any even related in a similar group or much larger. Now, I actually think that's partially related to the fact that we do a lot of custom work, and a lot of custom work is kind of our bread and butter. So it would not be obvious that we'd have a lot of people reaching out. However, it's become a bit of an issue. And I'll tell you why. So when the company first got started, email was done almost exclusively by myself or Leah, but mostly me. The way we did it was we had a Gmail that we set up with the company's thing, murdycreative.co, sales at murdycreative.co. And early on, there was a problem that is still a problem, and I should just get it fixed. And it's the email associated with murdycreative.com. Because we actually own the domain, murdycreative.com, and our murdycreative.com goes to our website. And so we can create and set up emails associated with that domain, no problem. And we really should, because I think a lot of people's problems is that they email sales at murdycreative.com and they don't get a response. And it's because that email doesn't exist. But I digress. So what ends up happening is that at the beginning of the company, I'm doing all the emails. And because I'm doing all the emails, it's actually relatively to keep track of them, right? I don't have to worry about, did that person get an answer? Because if I didn't answer them, it didn't get an answer, right? So that was easy. Then we brought on another person. We brought on another person, and then another person. And now we have a team of like 5 or 6. Now we have 6 people that work for us. And the problem is that there are times, for the most part, Melinda, our customer service rep, who does an excellent job, by the way. She does a very good job. She answers a lot of the questions. But what ended up happening pretty early on is we realized we needed a system that was able to create tickets, where every time someone sent us a request, it created a ticket, and then someone in the company could take that ticket, respond to it, and then it would go into their personal inbox, not into the general inbox, and responses would be handled by that one person. And if they were to go on vacation, they could obviously, send all of their inbox stuff back to the main inbox, or They could just have someone watch their personal inbox as well, right? Simple stuff. So we ended up bringing on HelpSpot, which is a little known and little used email support system. And I wanted that one specifically at the time because I wanted an email client that could just do email and didn't do all of the other nonsense. Because at the time, everyone and their brother, HelpSpot, HubSpot, Zendesk, all of these other companies wanted to do everything. They wanted to create a one-stop shop, every question, every concern, all this other stuff, which is good, but not for us at the time. We needed something that was very narrowly focused. Well, now we have a real problem because, HelpSpot's not that great of an interface, and it's not that great of the way they organize things and the way that things are cycled through the life cycle inside HelpSpot is not the most intuitive or even the most useful. We're also having problems where our stuff is starting to go to spam. I don't know why that is. We're working right now with both our marketing team and as well as our customer service team at HelpSpot to try to figure out how we can make sure that our email doesn't get sent to spam, because that's obviously a problem. Because if someone sends an email to a company and the company responds right away, but it goes to their spam inbox and they never get a response, and by the way, if an email from us goes to your spam inbox, the likelihood of it going to your spam inbox again, no matter how many times you respond, very high. So what ends up happening is that customer gets really upset, even though we obviously responded to them as quickly as we could. It's just they didn't see it. So we're trying to solve that. So I tasked Mel to hunt for a new customer service software, and she's got a couple of good ones. I think the one that's the most likely candidate is Freshdesk. For us, we are now getting more complicated in our marketing. And that actually requires more complicated work in our customer service as well, because we get emails in our DM. We get messages in our emails. We get messages in our Instagram DMs. We get messages in our Facebook DMs. We get text messages through our company line, and we get text messages through our marketing company line as well. Not to mention, we get phone calls directly from people and a bunch of other things. So we've got a lot of different ways people can start to reach out to us now. And it's very, very possible. Very regularly, this happens where someone will send us an email and they don't get a response for an hour or two. And so they'll send us a DM on Instagram. And we don't have a good way of coordinating those things right now. And right now, Melinda's only seeing the inbox and I'm the only one seeing the social media. And so there's this disconnect where we can answer the question separately in two different ways, and the customer can get two conflicting responses. Not that that normally happens, and it happens very rarely because we're usually on the same page. But this is our biggest weakness right now. I think switching to Freshdesk will help. I think there's a lot of tools in that software that will be able to allow us to coordinate all of the different things and funnel them all into the same place. And we've got Anna now, which is the new person we brought on, and she's going to act kind of as a floater in a variety of different ways. She'll be able to do production, she'll be able to do engraving, she'll be able to do some of the administrative work, some of the accounting work with Meryl, who runs the show. She'll be able to do some of the customer service work with Mel. So there'll be a different, there'll be a little more assistance for Mel during those times that things get a little busier. And I think by coordinating all of these things in one place, it'll be easier for us to get on top of things. There's other little tools as well inside the Freshdesk system that I really appreciate. I believe they have a way to set up an automated response that actually calculates how long the likely wait time is going to be dynamically. So right now we can set up a general automated email that says we'll be able to get back to you in 1 to 2 business days, which is normally what we can do. But this will be able to say, okay, there's 50 or 60 emails in the queue, or there's a bazillion different messages, and it'll automatically dynamically change we're going to get back to you in blank number of days, business days, to whatever the most appropriate amount of time is based off of our current average time to close, like how long it takes us to get through emails and how many emails we have, right? So some of that stuff might be able to be dynamically generated. And if we get outside of those parameters, it'll automatically mark the ones that are outside of the parameters as urgent and help us kind of make sure that we get responses to the people that need responses as quickly as we possibly can. And that'll help, I think, make people happier, which is the goal. I am sad that this has become our weakness. It is something that personally is hard for me to deal with because obviously I want everyone to love every interaction they have with the company. And I knew that this was potentially always a problem, and we had taken a lot of steps in the beginning to start to mitigate some of this, but You can't stop everything, and there's no real way to predict how many requests you're going to get at any given time. There's no way to know. You have no idea if you're going to get 5 questions a day or 15 or 100. And it changes from day to day. So that makes it more difficult as well. But we will solve this. Like we solve every problem, we will make this one go away. We will get better at this. And I'm excited for the opportunities that this presents to make us better. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure to check back in next Tuesday for our next topic. And don't forget to check that subscribe button as well as the bell notification to get notified when we launch new podcasts. If you have any questions or concerns about your leather binder, journal, folio, or accessory, feel free to reach out to us on the main page of our website, or you can send us an email at sales, S-A-L-E-S, at murdycreative.co. You can also message us on Instagram and Facebook. And as I'm mentioning this podcast, hopefully, those will all start to go to the same place, so they'll be a little bit easier to respond to things quickly. Hopefully, that'll be the case. However, you can also give us a phone call, 414-434-9001. You can also text that number in case you're curious. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's 414-434-9001. We'll be happy to help you whenever we can. If you don't get a hold of us during that time, please feel free to leave us a voicemail. We'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. We appreciate your patience. I think we deserve it. A good review can go a long way to help us grow a new community. Whether a review on whatever podcast app you're listening on, or a nice comment in the YouTube comments, or a review on the product itself. If you want to leave a review on the product, you can go to murdycreative.co/reviews. You can read all of our amazing reviews there, but there's a button that says leave a good review. If you click on that button, it'll take you to facebook.com/murdycreative.co/reviews. You'll write your review there, and it'll be posted. We'll make sure that we like to use Facebook because, then we're not making them up. However, if you don't have Facebook and you want to leave us a nice review, just send us an email. We'll be sure to post that on the wall, and it really means a lot to us. We really appreciate that. If for whatever reason you would leave us a bad review, there's another button right there that says get in contact with us. Please give us an opportunity to fix it. Please give us an opportunity to make it right. It's deeply important to me that everyone has a good experience with the Murdy Creative Co., whether they buy a product or not. I really want people to be happy. And so if for whatever reason you would leave a bad review, just give us an opportunity to make it right. We'll do our best in every way we can to improve this and make things right with you. So please give us that opportunity. If you want to help us grow the community as well, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. Always has been, always will be. Tell your friends and family about the company. You can also go to the murdycreative.co. At the very top of the page, there's a login button. If you put your email and your password in there, you can then create a profile. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a rewards tab. If you click on that, you'll be able to see all of the reward points you've earned, and you get 5% back as in-store credit on any and every purchase you make, so you can use those. But there's also a shareable link there. If you click on that shareable link and you give it to your friends and family, they get $5 off their first purchase, and you get $5 of in-store credit when they make that purchase. So it's a great way to help us, and we get to help you, and it really means the world to us, so please do that. If you have any podcast topics you want to hear more about, send them my way. I'm always happy to talk about just about anything that I can, and I really appreciate your guys' topics. So reach out, leave us a comment on YouTube, send us an email, however you need to get a hold of us. Definitely reach out if you've got things you want to know more about. I'm happy to talk about them. If you're looking for multiple binders, journals, folios, anything we sell, for gifts, giveaways, menus, really any reason, ask about our bulk discounts available. The minimum order quantity for bulk discounts is 5, and that can be 5 of one thing or 1 of 5 things. It's mix and match just based off the total cart quantity, and obviously the more you buy, the more the discount is. So definitely reach out to us if you're curious. Sales at murdycreative.co, SALES at murdycreative.co. Or if you want a custom engraving, we have no minimum order quantities on our custom engravings, which means you can get just one of your logo or your signature, or you can get a whole bunch. There is no setup fee. There's no minimum order quantities, and it's just a flat fee, normally of $15 per book. It can go down from there. It can be a little bit more if it's really big or really complicated, so just note that. But for the most part, it's $15, and if you're getting a whole bunch of them, the bulk discount applies to that fee as well, so it can go down from there if you're getting a bunch. So reach out to us if you're interested in that. Sales at murdycreative.co, or you can go to the main page of our website, and at the top in the menu, there is the bulk/custom page, and that'll give you all the details, as well as has a form there, so you can submit that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and goodbye.